Hello everyone, Happy New Year! Can't believe we're in the first week of 2024. So exciting, there's so much to look forward to this year. While I'm still just about in the Christmas spirit, I thought it'd be a good time to do a little project I've been looking forward to ever since I found fresh cranberries in my local supermarket. I kept a few when I made the sauce for the turkey. They're really good size, beautiful, regular cranberries, and I just thought I'd try to sow a few to make my own plants so I can grow my own cranberry sauce in about 3 years. It doesn't take, they don't happen immediately. They just take a while to, well, first of all, to grow and then to start producing fruit. They are self-fertile, so you don't need more than one plant, but I'm going to just try to grow a few and see how it works. There are a few bits about germinating them that can be a bit fussy. So I've read a bunch of stuff about them, and they say that the seeds themselves need about 3 months of stratification. So they need to be somewhere cool for 3 months. But I'm thinking, doing the math, they're usually picked around October time and then kept cool in order to reach the buyers fresh. And of course, when I bought them, I kept them in the fridge, and before that they were in the cooling section of the supermarket. So I mean, they are kept cool. And I'm thinking, now we're in January, should be about three months of stratification already done. So I'm going to try two different kinds of germination and see what works. And essentially, they also say that the stratification period, it just ensures maximum germination rates, but I don't really need to have like millions of seeds germinating. I just want a few plants. And so if I don't get like huge germination rates, I can just sow a bunch of seeds and just see what sticks and what works. It should take between 3 to 5 weeks to germinate. And also they need to have quite a bit of warmth. They need between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius to germinate. And my house is just kept about 18 or 17 degrees. It just feels cold. So I'm not sure how it's going to work. I do have my little mini greenhouses I got for my birthday, so I might try to do that. But either way, let's just get started. Oh yes, and I'll also mention they do have a few requirements, specific soil requirements, which can make them a tiny bit tricky to grow, just like blueberries though. So if you have success growing blueberries, these are also going to be super easy. Basically, they need acidic soil like blueberries, and I get around that because my garden is just really neutral. So I get around that by sowing them in pots, growing them in pots really. I don't sow blueberries. I just get plants and grow them in pots, and that grows really, really well. They're in the same family as blueberries and lingonberries. All these plants are in the vaccinium family. They're all related, so they all have the same soil requirements, and that makes it quite easy. You can also feed them at the same time with the same feed, all that kind of thing. So it's nice to have related plants that have the same requirements. So let's take you out to the kitchen and we'll chop some up and get the seeds out and see how it goes. So I've chopped up one of these little berries, and all I'm going to do is just take it and tap it. And look at that, the seeds just pop right out. They're really sort of springy berries. I think this because they're so full of water. That's another growing requirement. They need to be in a cool climate and a very wet climate, lots of water. And we have lots of that here. We've actually had flooding recently again. It keeps flooding here. So I think they should be very happy in this nice wet climate. I've got myself a little pot of ericaceous compost, which is the same thing as acidic soil. And look at all these seeds. They're looking so nice and plump. I think they should do really well. I'm just going to sprinkle them very finely on top of the soil. I'm sprinkling them quite liberally as well, because I did see people say, oh, you can put 2 in a pot, but I'm just going to see how they germinate here. And again, I don't want too many, so hopefully we'll get just a few. So there we go, and I'm going to cover that with about 1/4 of an inch of ericaceous compost. The compost was already moist, but I'm just going to spray it a bit more because they do like moisture. And then I'll place it into a Ziploc bag to lock in that moisture. And hopefully we'll see some germination within 3 to 5 weeks. The second way I want to try to germinate these is on a paper towel. I've got a damp paper towel here, and I sprinkle them liberally with the seeds again and just fold it up and place it into a Ziploc bag as well. They can both sit on a warm windowsill with lots of bottom heat from the radiator directly below them and hopefully germinate. And then I can have my own cranberry plants. So I'll do a little update in a few weeks now. Hopefully I'll have some germination going on. It's lots of fun. And meanwhile, I'll just have to figure out what to make with these berries. I think I might add them to a little smoothie. That should be nice and tart. I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think.